Would I rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Welcome to my channel, my friend. The place where we don't take life too seriously because none of us are getting out alive anyway. But you know, something I do take rather seriously, these questions. I have questions that I need answers to ASAP, okay? If you by any chance know the answers to any of these questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. These are the questions I desperately need answers to. Lego. And I'm not talking about the average couple photos of you at a restaurant or something. We all know you just grab the waiter and then hope that your waiter is actually really good at taking photos, because somehow taking good photos, not your average waiter's skill, clearly. But that's besides the point. I'm talking about these photos that you see on like Tumblr and I can't think of another example. Yeah, stock photos even, and like on Instagram. It's these couple photos that are usually very intimate, like very romantic. Sometimes they're not even wearing their clothes and they're like making out and staring deep into each other's eyes, and it's very romantic, and some of them are incredibly sexy, R-rated even. I want to know who's taking those photos, because when you look at those photos, you're like, oh, it's so romantic. But then I started thinking, well, you'll have to have somebody taking that photos. And that would mean that in that really sexy, romantic, intimate moment, making out on the bed, there's like this Mr. or Mrs. Third Wheel friend standing in the corner of the room, creepily staring at them with their phone, taking photos. Takes away the romance. I mean, if that's not what's happening, I want to know who's taking those photos. This one I started thinking about the other day, and I, for the life of me, can't even come up with one plausible theory as to why this is a thing. Why? I really want to know why every time we put mascara on, our jaws drop to the floor like Miley Cyrus on stage. It doesn't make sense to me. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's to help us focus better. But if opening our mouth helps us focus better, why don't we open our mouths when we write tests? Or look for an address somewhere? I mean, we turn the radio down. We don't open our mouths that I'm aware of. So what's the deal, guys? I don't like to generalize. I don't like to be like, all women are like this, all men are like this, because I don't think it's fair. But in this case, I think it's really fair. I don't know why, but somehow men are incapable of finding things, and it drives me crazy. And if you don't believe me, ask your boyfriend, your husband, your friend who's a boy, your brother, any male that you can find. Ask them to find something really simple that you know where it is, and then watch them struggle. It's like every time they have to find something, they've got like these invisible eye flaps that close, and they're just walking around like it's freaking Bird Box and they can't see anything. I don't get it. You can have something right in front of their face and they can look past it. It's like you ask them to get the salt and the salt's right in front of them and they'll just be like, I don't, and they legit can't find it. It's not that they even exaggerating. It blows my mind. I know you're thinking this is ridiculous, but I mean, this is a legit thing. A lot of people might be like, oh well, babies think the same we do. Hold up, that theory is not plausible to me, and here's why. We think in words. I know you don't always like sit and think about how you think. How, what's the word? I can't remember what that word is now. Meta, how meta of you. But you don't always think about how you think, but the reality is we think in words, we think in sentences. You, for example, think, would I rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? But babies don't have words, so how are they thinking? Are they thinking in goo-goo gagas? Are they thinking in pictures? These are the things that keep me up at night, fam. This question is kind of self-explanatory. I don't have a theory, I don't have nothing. Johnsons and Johnsons. I want answers. We deserve answers. Like, I know this question seems kind of dumb, but this is something that I've really wondered and just sat and tried to like wrap my brain around, and then I just ended up getting like a big massive migraine. I know now people play around with different recipes, but there was already like kind of a baseline for baking. For everything you bake, you need flour, milk, eggs, sugar. Cool. Now if you want to make like a vegan thing, you just find a substitute for the milk and the eggs. Or if you want to do something with a bit of fruit, you just add fruit. We have a baseline for baking, but like how did that baseline came about? Again, I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is a legit question. How did the first person think of throwing stuff together, mixing it, heating it, and then boom, you get bread and cake? I'm trying to think of a possible theory, and the only thing that I can think of was one of those people who always mixes all of their food. Why can't you just keep your plate organized? I'm just asking. But it was probably one of those people, they just mixed all their like flour and egg and milk and stuff together, left it in the sun a bit too long, and then boom, bread. I don't know, but I would really like to. Hear me out. Okay, before you think I'm losing my marbles, I'm going nuts, I need to see a professional, hear me out. Do caterpillars know that there are going to be butterflies and this is something that they look forward to? I mean, like, we get super excited about finishing school and graduating so that we can become adults because it's so awesome, even though it's not really. Really, I want my money back. Adulting sucks. But I want to know. They look forward to it. It's like, oh, just one more week and then I can build my cocoon and become a butterfly. Or do they have absolutely no idea what's going on and they just think everybody's going crazy? Like two caterpillars sitting there having a conversation. What the f's up with Timmy? Why is he building that thing? The same happened to Frodo last week and now he's just gone. Timmy's losing his marbles. And then Timmy's over there like, why am I doing this? Why am I building this? It does not make sense. I'm thinking that's what they think. They don't know. Timmy doesn't know what he's doing. And then he just goes into his cocoon and then boom, becomes a butterfly and he's like, I've crossed the rainbow. I've moved on to the other side. Do caterpillars know what they're doing? I just want to know. What questions do you need answers to? What questions keep you up at night? Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, a like if you liked it. I mean, I guess you could hit the dislike, but ain't nobody got time for that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on your notifications so that you know when I release a new video every 3 months apparently. And yes, if you do that, you are part of my YouTube family and I might give you a shout out in my next video. But with that said, do you know what time it is? It is a shout out time. I want to give a shout out today to Martin. Thank you so much for being part of my YouTube family. Thank you for always supporting me. I see you. But stay awesome and remember, opportunity doesn't knock. It presents itself when you knock down the door. Ciao.